The way we imagine things being in some point of the future and the reality of that future, it can be quite a bit different. Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, Day 2 of Ray A, to see, perceive, understand, contemplate. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 12 and start with verse 1, which reads, "These are the laws and right rulings which you guard to do in the land which Yahweh Elohim of your fathers has given you to possess all the days that you live on the soil." That's the future. "Completely destroy all the places where the nations which you are dispossessing serve their mighty ones on the high mountains and on the hills and under every green tree. You shall break down their slaughter places and smash their pillars and burn their Asherim with fire. You shall cut down the carved images of their mighty ones and shall destroy their name out of that place." God says that when you get into the land, it's not going to be a clean place. It's going to be needing some housekeeping. You're going to need to destroy some pagan altars and shrines and worship centers. You're going to have to go through the process of eradicating what has been. So in our imagination, we might envision, I guess is the right word, homes that are clean and fields that are planted and growing and happy children dancing in the front yard, running and playing, and just a nice, warm, cozy family feel in security and stability and in peace. Between where Israel is at the moment of hearing this word and the actuality of such a vision, there is an extended process. We have the goal in mind and we know where to get started, but we often don't understand the full process necessary to get there. So, some decades ago, going through ministerial training and equipping for developing leadership in the local church, we were given certain understandings of how to develop leadership and how to groom people into their callings and their anointings and their giftings and develop teamwork and on and on and on. The business model leadership standards were rehearsed. And it was the responsibility of the pastor to cast a vision. That meant that the pastor had to spend time before the Father on his face and actually get a vision beyond just preaching good sermons on Sunday morning. The process then, after you began to discern what the vision is to cast the vision and get people to buy into the vision and come alongside to help you realize the vision. Sometimes it was a division. And as a young, headstrong, get out of the boat and holler charge across the walking on water type mentality I had, I tried to achieve all of that in short order and got actually reprimanded. No. You easy here. Just slow, methodical, careful steps. In other words, Barry, it's going to take a lot longer to get the job done than what you're imagining. You need patience. None of us want patience for our goals. We want to go ahead and get them done as quickly as possible so that we can realize the benefit of getting those goals accomplished. Yah says getting into the land is going to be different than being out here in the wilderness. Out here in the wilderness, there are some things that we're kind of just working through. Matter of fact, if you go down to verse 8, Yah says, "Do not do as we're doing here today, each one doing whatever is right in his own eyes, because you have not yet entered the rest in the inheritance which Yahweh your Elohim has given you. Moshe is warning them, okay, out here we're making allowances, but once you get into the land, the scrutiny of things is going to be more intense. You're going to have to pay more attention to the details. And you're going to have to remember where you came from, and you're going to have to remember the commands, and you're going to be more exact in how you apply the commands to your daily living. Here in America, we make a lot of allowances for one another. You probably share very much of the same, certain values and certain expectations out of society. And then there are those who have a greatly different worldview, perspective, lifestyle, value system. And we see them in public, and we stand beside of them in lines, and we make allowances. It's not for us. It's not our choice, not what we would do, not what we appreciate, not even what we agree with, but they have a right to be that, do that, and act that way if they so choose. We make an allowance for them. In America, if we were to go back to our founding fathers and talk to them about what they gave their lives for and what they put everything that they were and had at risk, they would talk about such things as taxes on tea, taxes on tobacco, and taxes on stamps and whiskey, and things that we just take for granted. They fought hard and gave lives for freedom from what they perceived was tyrannical decrees and laws imposed upon them by someone who was not even on their continent. And America was birthed out of, we're not taking this. And there's a standard of right, freedom, and liberty that we're not experiencing, and we're going to fight until we get it. And they would look at us now and see what we have rolled over and accepted and acknowledged as normal, acceptable, and permissible, and say, we need another revolution. Not calling for revolution here. Don't go rebelling in the streets. What I am saying, though, is that we have rolled over, even with recent generations, say World War II, people bled and died defending our nation. And since then, people have given their lives in honor and in defense of this nation and our values. And we think little value of that. And now we come to a day also where the Torah is not held in high esteem or value. Yet Yah has given to us this book. And he has said to us, this is the way I want you to live. And these are my values. And this is my heart. And these words are my passion for my covenant people. And my intention is to fully bring you into the land that I have carved out of the rest of the world just for you. And it is an amazing land. And once I bring you into the land, I want you to eradicate everything that is against the values that I have established for you. Have a no tolerance policy for any form of idolatry. The word here in verse 2 is completely destroy. In Hebrew, it is abadan. Destroy, you shall destroy. What it is saying here is completely, totally eradicate and destroy all that is in competition with me. Cut it down, burn it with fire, completely render it useless, demolish it, dig up the roots, cast it into the garbage heap, and to a place where it will never be utilized or brought into any thought of value again. And that's what we have to do with our sins, with the lust of our flesh, the lust of our eyes, and the pride of life. Because Yah's passionate about his word and the freedom and the liberty that it will bring to his people. I'll see you again tomorrow. Till then, shalom.